Hey everyone, I'm John Bukowski, the COO here at Northwind, and I want to begin this short video by reminding everyone that the top of our core values here at the company is people first. Because as a people business, we know that the greatest asset on our company's balance sheet, if you will, is our employees. And while career pathing and compensation and benefits and overall job satisfaction are extremely important people factors, they certainly are to me personally, safety and the well-being of our staff overwhelms everything as a top priority. And we want everyone to return home in the same way that we came to work. I know that's a trite phrase. I know you've heard it over and over in your careers, but I think it's directly applicable to today's safety message. It's really important that every one of us remain vigilant in every aspect of our work environment. And at the end of this video, I'd like to ask you to stop what you're doing. Just pause and simply take a moment to refresh yourself on the importance of safety. I'm going to do the exact same here in the Idaho Falls headquarters office. So if you're in a Northwind office like I am here in Idaho Falls, or at a remote workstation somewhere in the country, check to ensure that there's nothing to trip over on the floor, right? That's simple. Make sure that you have adequate ergonomic arrangements just to make your job more comfortable. And in those climates that are prone to severe weather, which can certainly occur in the summer, be extra careful as you traverse parking lots. Now, if you're at a Northwind project site somewhere in the world, from Alaska to South Carolina, Alabama, Nebraska, California, Nevada, the list goes on, don't take for granted the job that you are about to perform, however routine that job may be. Whether it's at the start of your workday, or after lunch, or when you're interrupted by a phone call, or you're coming off of a Teams meeting, whatever the case may be. When you get back to your on-the-job work environment, get quickly familiar with the conditions that may have, or that likely have, changed since you left work the night before, or in the hour since you had lunch, or you wrapped up that Teams meeting. If you're on Northwind business travel, many of us are, I would encourage you to pay attention to the weather conditions. Leave extra time to navigate difficult traffic, especially in an unfamiliar city, or especially on back roads where you don't know left from right at night in a remote area. And ensure that you're familiar with a company vehicle or a rental car that you're driving, and that you're proficient with any piece of heavy equipment that you're operating. I want to bring up just a little bit of Northwind history. And I want to refer to the late Walt Sullivan, who was Northwind's first chief operating officer. And Walt used to say, when safety is first, you last. Interesting. It may not be that Walt coined that phrase, I honestly don't know, but he used it often in sort of a pithy way to emphasize safety. It's a good motto, I think, for all of us to think about periodically. So, set your own personal vision for what a safe workplace looks like, for not only yourself, but also for your coworkers and colleagues. And together, consider how you can assist each other in identifying and mitigating and altogether eliminating work-related hazards that we will invariably experience, whatever your work environment is. So with that, thank you. Thank you for being safety diligent and for consistently promoting our top core value of people first.
Hello, I'm Ray Peters, the Environmental Safety and Health Director for Northwind. I wanted to take a few moments to reemphasize the safety culture here at Northwind and to set the expectations for safe work performance. So far this year, we have had 4 OSHA recordable injuries. Any injury is one too many. It is important that all Northwind and subcontractor workers actively take steps to prevent incidents. Each one of us is responsible for our own safety and that of our coworkers. So don't wait until something happens and then wish you should have said something or taken action. Expectations for each one of us include being proactive to avoid incidents, communications. Communicate, so if you see something, then address with your supervisors and others. Stop unsafe work. If uncertain, pause or step back to address. Each one of us has the authority to stop work to prevent injury or incident. Always be prepared. Always know what you should do to perform work safely. It is my hope that all Northwind personnel and subcontractors operate with the utmost commitment to safety. Northwind as a company has many diverse operations. It is important that each one of those operations are closely looked at to identify all hazards that may affect the safety of our employees. Management must commit themselves 100% to manage that operation to best protect the employees and Northwind as a company. Supervision must be diligent in preparing the employees for the work and verifying the work is being performed according to the plans and procedures. The employees must approach safety proactively. Employees need to be involved. Expectations. Stop unsafe acts. Follow the rules and regulations and our procedures. Report incidents. Summarizing the OSHA recordable injuries so you can prevent recurrence. On February 19th, an Ohio project had a ground maintenance worker who was assisting on treating areas for snow and ice and refilling salt receptacles. While walking towards a salt receptacle, the maintenance worker fell on an ice-covered walkway. The icy condition was not anticipated. The icy condition resulted in a slip and fall. The worker sustained a fracture to the wrist. Cause of the ice on the walkway was from a leaking steam line. Stay clear of areas where ice may be present. Establish a suitable pathway. Consider enhanced situational awareness. Also on February 19th, a diver laborer on a Navy project in San Diego and a co-worker were working on the dock. Due to an unexpected wave, the object being held slipped and the worker tried to grab the object by himself instead of moving out of the way. The heavy object resulted in a bicep strain. Work restrictions made this an OSHA recordable. It is important to anticipate things that could go wrong, look at your surroundings, and anticipate what you can do if a situation were to occur. On the same project, later in the month, another diver laborer on the project had a prior injury when swinging a sledgehammer that was not properly reported. Later, when pulling up on a net that was stuck, the worker experienced pain in the shoulder. Work restrictions were imposed by medical. The aggravating event could have been avoided by obtaining prior direction by work care for the prior injury caused by swinging the sledgehammer. Use of a sledgehammer should be avoided, but when used, allow the sledgehammer to fall under its own weight instead of adding bodily force. Afterwards, straining while pulling on the net should have been avoided. Failure to report and address timely may have contributed to this injury. In early March, a field technician working on a project in Arkansas involving an archaeological survey tripped and fell on a rocky slope, resulting in a gash to the lower right leg. This required sutures to close the wound. Proper footwear is essential when working in such areas. Maintain awareness of where you are walking. Always keep an eye on the path and avoid distractions. It is very important that each one of us does their part to prevent incidents, know the hazards, and ensure work controls and procedures are followed. Thank you.